The Future is Ours to Decide. Written by Silver Purity. Read by Arashi. They had done it. It felt surreal. The Immaculate One had been slain. Fodland was to become a united nation under Lady Edelgard's rule. Everyone in the Black Eagle strike force was alive and well, despite the rigorous final battle in Ferdinand. A new dawn would rise above the ashes of the old order, creating hope and endless possibilities for those who had once had neither. But there was still much work left to be done. Those who slither in the dark would be the next target once the new empire was stabilized. Hubert! The Imperial Minister turned around, spotting Ferdinand von Eyre. Ferdinand, I was not expecting to see you. You are a hard man to track down, you know that. Ferdinand chuckled. I did not expect to see you in the Goddess Tower of all places. I suppose I came here for a moment to take everything in, Hubert mused. All we have accomplished, all we have sacrificed to get to this point. I suppose it still hasn't sunk in that Lady Edelgard's dream has finally become a reality. That all of us, the Black Eagles, are still together after all this time. Ferdinand gave him a contemplative look. I understand the feeling, Hubert. Do you? I have thought a lot about what Edelgard was trying to accomplish, and I often found myself wondering. Guilt, confusion, worry, and more flashed in the reflection of marigold eyes. What would have happened if I had chosen a different path? Hubert remained quiet, not expecting to hear such words from one of the most confident men that he knew. Like if you hadn't joined us? Yes. Ferdinand actually looked wounded. Edelgard had stripped my family of all of its power. I had nothing. I was angry and upset that everything I had worked towards was taken away so callously by the person I was supposed to help and guide. You both lied to me. To all of us. Had the professor decided to oppose you, I fear I would have joined them in taking you down. It hurt to hear, looking back on those days. Everything had been done for the sake of their agenda, no matter who got hurt or killed along the way. It would have been an understandable action. The professor's strength was crucial. They turned the sides of the war itself. If the professor had instead joined with Rhea and the Knights of Seros, I fear even Edelgard, with all of her strength and talents, would not have prevailed. And you, ever devoted to her. Oh, the professor's strength was crucial. They turned the tides of the war itself. If the professor had instead joined with Rhea and the Knights of Seros, I fear even Edelgard, even with all her strength and talents, would not have prevailed. And you, ever devoted to her, would have... Ferdinand shook his head, as if the mere thought of Hubert dying for a lost cause was too much to bear. We could have been enemies. I might have ended up taking your life with my own hands. I don't know if I would have had the strength to, even if it was an order. Ferdinand, you must not ponder over what-ifs. What matters is the here and now. You are here, alive and well, as am I. And you have become someone I hold dear. I doubt that would have changed if we had become enemies. Hubert truly meant that. Even if I were to die in Her Majesty's name, I still would have thought of you as a cherished friend. And even if I were to die by your hands, I know you would have made it as quick and painless as possible. Ferdinand balked. Hubert, don't say things like that. I don't want to think about it. That was my intention all along, Hubert chuckled. Don't think more of it, Ferdinand. You have a glorious future ahead of you. Don't waste your time lingering on one that never existed in the first place. Even so, I wonder what it is I am meant to do now. He held his hand to his forehead. There is no place for nobles in this new world Edelgard wishes to build. It was once my birthright to become Prime Minister, but now that position will be available to whomever Edelgard deems worthy of it. And that is a wonderful thing, that the commoners can now rise up the ranks of their own accord, unburdened by the social demands for a crest. But it has made my future uncertain. My battle prowess will no longer be needed in times of peace. There may be someone out there who would be more capable as Prime Minister than I. Hubert, I don't know if there is a place for me in this new world. Hubert could not believe he was hearing such pessimistic thoughts from Ferdinand of all people. Do you really think so little of your own capabilities? Hubert, I learned long ago that I will never suppress Edelgard. I have not shown satisfactory results. Were you unconscious the entire time when you were making a mockery of the Knights of Seros on the front lines, dodging their attacks as if they were amateurs? I am sure Edelgard would have been able to do... No, I assure you she would not have been able to do that better than you. Honestly, Hubert doubted Lady Edelgard could have managed such a feat unscathed, much less get out of that mess alive. She is strong. but even she would have difficulty handling 4 falcon knights at once on her own. Huh? A small smile graced the Lancer's face. I guess that was pretty impressive, although I think Minerva deserves the credit for that. The wyvern that you yourself trained, Hubert pointed out. It is praise that is well deserved. Why wouldn't you take credit for your own accomplishment? What happened to all that confidence? Because even with all those achievements, I will never be enough. Hubert became unsettled, while Ferdinand slumped in defeat. You said so yourself that Edelgard surpasses me in nearly every respect. No matter how hard I try, it will not matter, because I will always fall short of your expectations. Ferdinand, someone who can meet those expectations deserves to be Her Majesty's left hand, someone worthy who can stand by your side as an equal, while He took a shaky breath. I will go wherever Her Majesty wills me, I suppose. Ferdinand, Hubert levelled him with a hard gaze. Lady Edelgard would have you as her Prime Minister. You and no other. I myself would not trust anyone other than you to do the position justice as well. Orange eyes blinked. You truly think that? It was never my intention to make you feel inadequate. Forgive me if I gave you that impression. He bowed, hoping it was enough to express his apology. Be honest, I had hoped it would simply add fuel to that already determined and unyielding fire you possess, not dampen it. But I also did not fully realize exactly how much of an impact you truly had at the time, Hubert explained. Yes, there are some aspects of life in which Lady Edelgard prevails, but there are countless more where you alone have triumphed. The lightest tint of pink dusted the opposite's cheek. I have? Perhaps you should put those in writing. No, you deserve to hear them from me. You are like the sun. You brighten our days and cheer us up when it feels like the darkness of life will consume us entirely. Your presence alone can light up a room and everyone in it. From a tactical standpoint, your advice and perspectives have been priceless when deciding on a course of action during a time of strife and difficulty. Your prowess on the battlefield is unique, and not even Lady Edelgard could exactly match the graceful and deadly aerial dance you have performed countless times. Hubert was sure Ferdinand's entire face was red, but there was one last thing that needed to be said. And most of all, you complete me. I could not hope to build such a close bond with another if someone else were to take your place. With you, I feel like I can see new possibilities where I thought there were none. You have helped me grow to become a better person. I wouldn't be who I am today if it weren't for you. The sun, huh? Ferdinand looked ready to faint, but he pushed through. If I am the sun, then you are the moon. You do not make your presence known except under the cover of darkness. Most do not know of the important role you play, but those duties are crucial in helping others in their daily lives. You are needed just as much as the sun is, even if no one but the sun recognizes your true worth. Hubert laughed. Maybe we both should have put our compliments in writing. No. I am grateful you told me. It makes this next part feel like a death sentence for me. That gave Hubert pause. Why? Ferdinand pulled out a small black box from his pants pocket, opened it, and revealed an emerald-encrusted golden ring. I thought that I would never be enough for you. I still feel like I am not worthy of you, but I cannot keep this to myself any more. Hubert, I love you. I love your unwavering faith in what you believe in. I love the time we spend together, however short it is. I love your smile that you seldom show anyone. I love your laugh in all of its forms, even the sinister ones. I love the trust that you have placed in me, and I cherish it like the rare gem that it is. I love looking into your eyes because I feel like I can belong in the future you see. The only thing I can ask now is, will you allow me to be part of that future? Can we see this new future together? His whole face felt aflame. Ferdinand, are you proposing to me? Yes, I am. A noble does not go back on his word. He grinned, joyful yet hollow at the same time. I have thought long and hard about this decision. Whatever your choice is, I will respect it. A proposal, in the blasted goddess tower of all places. Hubert would have throttled the man if he weren't so touched. There had been something growing between the two of them for a while now, something that Hubert had not been able to place until just now. Love. That was what this feeling was. I would not have anyone else. Ferdinand seemed to glow at his answer. You are enough, Ferdinand von Eyre. More than enough, for that matter. You are exceptional, and no one, not even Her Majesty, could ever replace you in my heart. Then, may I? At Hubert's nod, Ferdinand took hold of his soon-to-be fiancé's left hand. With a gentle touch, he removed his glove. The ring slid on with ease. A perfect fit. For all the times I have ridden Minerva, I never felt more like I could fly than at this moment. He pressed a kiss to ashen-colored knuckles. Hubert von Vestra, Minister of the Imperial Household, treasured moon of the Black Eagles. My love. My love. That never sounded so right for Hubert to hear than in that moment. Yes, my love.